Surprisingly, it's really hard to find a good vegan vanilla cupcake, and luckily for you guys, I have one. Welcome back to another episode of Basic Baking on the Scran Line. I'm Nick. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make the best vegan vanilla cupcakes. Now I'm dressing these up with a bit of vegan funfetti sprinkles in there. I am so excited to show you guys this recipe because I don't know about you, but I haven't really been able to find a really good tasting vegan vanilla cupcake recipe. And I'm super excited to actually show you guys mine, which I've been working on for the last couple of weeks. These cupcakes are moist, delicious, they're really delicate and fluffy, so they're really good. Today's video is sponsored by Queen Fine Foods. I have been using Queen Fine Food products for as long as I've been making videos, even before then. I especially love using their vanilla extract, and it's just really delicious. The important thing to remember when you're baking is using really good quality ingredients, and one of those things you don't want to skimp on is vanilla extract. You definitely don't want to use something like vanilla flavoring. It just isn't the same. So this is the vanilla that I use. I get a lot of questions about it, so there you go. So you want to preheat your fan forced oven to 140 degrees Celsius or 240 degrees Fahrenheit. For this recipe, we are going to need 2 cupcake trays because this recipe makes 20 cupcakes. We're going to line it with some white cupcake liners because today, like I said, we're going to be adding funfetti sprinkles in there, and we want those beautiful colors to show through our papers. If you want more information on the tools and equipment that I use, jump on thescranline.com. I've got a full list of all the tools and equipment I use, including measurements of things like the cupcake liners I use and the brands that I use as well. We are going to add our milk and vinegar into a large mixing bowl, and we're going to whisk these ingredients together. Now, we're basically creating a vegan buttermilk here. Buttermilk is an ingredient that you can actually make at home really easy, but you can also buy it in stores, and it's going to help make our cupcakes really, really moist. Once you've finished whisking for like a couple minutes, like 30 seconds, you're just going to let this sit for about 5 minutes, and you're going to notice that your milk is going to start curdling. That's completely normal. It's going to look like chunky bits of yogurt and milk. And for anyone wondering, you will definitely not taste the vinegar in the cakes. Next, you want to add the sugar, oil. You want to mix those 2 ingredients into the wet ingredients. Then we are going to add our vanilla extract. You want to whisk that in. Add your flour, bicarb soda, baking powder, salt, and whisk those in as well. Now, it's really important when you're making cake batters that you don't overmix your batter, because you can develop the gluten that way and you end up with a cake that's not that nice to eat. Now, when you do overmix, it can also cause things like shrinkage when your cupcakes are cooling down, and it can also lead to your cupcake liners coming away from your cupcakes. So make sure you don't overmix. As soon as you can see no dry ingredients showing, it's time to stop mixing. The last thing you want to do to your batter is add your funfetti sprinkles to kind of mix them through. So we're going to switch over to a spatula and we're going to fold these through gently. Now, the sprinkles that I'm using today are vegan sprinkles. They're funfetti jimmies, they call in America. We just call them sprinkles in Australia. You want to act quickly because the colors can tend to bleed when you add them into batters. So once you've got the sprinkles in there, you want to quickly scoop your batter into your cupcake liners. Today, I'm going to be using a scoop. This is the easiest way I've found to actually get your batter into your cupcake liners. It's also a method I used to use back when I used to work in a bakery, and we just used to use it because it was a very speedy way of getting that batter into the cupcake liners. Some people use piping bags, that's completely fine. Other people use just 2 spoons and do it that way. Again, completely fine. I'm just going to top them with a little bit more sprinkles. and then we are going to bake these. So I bake on a low temperature for a little bit longer than most other recipes because it helps get nice flat cupcakes. You don't get that volcano crack rise in your cupcakes, and I just find that they don't brown as much as well. So that's what I do when I bake. Once your cupcakes have baked, you're going to let them cool in the cupcake tray for about 5 minutes before you transfer them to a cooling rack. Let them cool down completely, and again, these cupcakes are perfect with my vegan buttercream frosting. Recipe is up there. Click on that if you want to learn how to make it. To frost these cupcakes, I have fitted the end of my piping bag with a open star tip, and I'm going to frost these in a swirl. So this piping tip is great because it kind of gives you that classic cupcake swirl, and it kind of reminds me of, like, you know, those soft serve ice creams. I love it. Very, very classic. And then we're just going to top this with some more sprinkles, and that's pretty much it, guys. These cupcakes are so cute and delicious. I would love for you guys to try it out. If you want to try this recipe, the link is in the box below. Follow that, make them, tag me on social media on Instagram and Facebook. I would love to see your lovely creations. Thanks again to Queen Fine Foods for sponsoring this video. I use their vanilla extract all the time. It's super delicious. They also make food colorings and food gels, and they also make, they just make lots of really cool stuff for cake making. So go and check out the website. I'll leave a link down below for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any comments, suggestions, or you want to say hello in the comment section, just comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. So yeah, I'll see you guys on the next episode of Basic Baking on the Scran Line.